this year. You know, as Martin said, MEC is a special organization, but it goes further. Mississippi is a special place. We have so much to be proud of and so many things we have accomplished, and here's just an example of a few. That 30-second video really only scratches the surface of what makes Mississippi great. These examples of moments of pride for Mississippi and its people, it showed that we've always made important achievements, both locally on the national level, in a variety of areas, whether it's education, healthcare, business, industry, culture, entertainment, quality of life. You know, from the first heart transplant to NASA rockets being tested on the coast to now vehicles being built in Mississippi, we have a lot to be proud of. But clearly, we're not finished. Great achievements continue in education. For example, in the past few years, we've been among the leaders for improvement in student scores in both math and reading. We're no longer 50th in the nation. U.S. News and World Report currently ranks us 43rd, a tremendous improvement over where we have been. The New York Times this month had an article titled, "In Mississippi, a broad effort to improve literacy is yielding results," and it cited, quote, "A decade of new legislation, strategic planning, and fresh thinking is what caused this high achievement. Many of those elected officials, education leaders, business leaders who contributed to this are in this very room." We continue to make remarkable achievements across other fields, including sports, business government, science, manufacturing. Two of our universities won back-to-back College World Series titles. A community college won the national title in baseball. And on Saturday, ESPN's College Game Day will be right here at Jackson State, focusing the high spotlight on the success they're having and making Mississippi at the forefront. You know, the business and industry sector has not been left out either. Because we're working together, creating partnerships, and focusing on taking our state to the next level, people across the nation are taking note of what's happening. Recently, the Mississippi Manufacturers Association was a top 3 finalist in the Leadership Award from the Conference of State Manufacturers Associations. I'd like to recognize John McKay and his team for this great recognition, and also for John to his appointment to the COSMA board. This week, Derek Easley, the reason he's not with us today, of BIPEC, is representing MEC in our state at the Council of State Taxation annual meeting, as Mississippi is being recognized as a leader in addressing the issue of remote and internet-based software taxation. Our partnership with the Mississippi Economic Development Council and Gwen Howard was key in helping pass MFLEX and building stronger relationships with local chambers and economic development agencies. And the partnership we've created with Ryan Miller and Accelerate Mississippi is vitally important in the work taking place in workforce development. And in fact, the Littler Mendelson Workforce Policy Institute, based in Washington, has picked Mississippi to be one of 5 states to serve on a national task force looking at workforce development. I wanted to take a moment to point all of these things out so you can truly understand that MEC being recognized as the State Chamber of the Year by the National Association of State Chambers goes far beyond a single person or a single accomplishment. Being named as the #1 Chamber of Commerce in 2022 is a result of tremendous work by our staff, our volunteer leaders, MEC members, and partners we have throughout the state. Without the dedication of Governor Tate Reeves, Lieutenant Governor Delbert Hosemann, Speaker Philip Gunn, and members of the legislature for their focusing on a strong, competitive economic environment in Mississippi, we are not making the strides that we are that has people all across the country asking me, how are y'all doing that? We're doing it because we're working together. I also want to thank the leaders who have served as chair at MEC over the past 5 years. for helping guide this organization and putting it in a place of greatest opportunity. William Yates was instrumental in helping us focus on making sure we had organizational excellence within MEC. Dan Rollins was vital in making sure that we improved our financial standing as an organization. Under Lex Taylor's leadership, we really started the process of developing a formal plan from a strategic standpoint of what our organization was going to be. Anthony Wilson was here during COVID and the changing of the flag and helped us navigate all of that. And he made sure that we completed the work Lex started with our strategic plan. Last year, General Leon Collins, his leadership was vital in us developing the Securing Mississippi's Future report that actually has already seen some of the recommendations begin to be implemented, and we believe will have long-term benefits to our state. Martin has continued to focus on moving our organization forward, and I'm very excited about the future. Working in the next 2 years with Jeff Bowman and then Pat Thomason as our chairs, we believe we have a lot of great things that are going to be happening at MEC and as a result happening in Mississippi. So as you can see, none of this happens in a vacuum. There are thousands of fingerprints on this trophy we're about to show you, including every one of yours. We could not have done it without you. At this time, I would like the MEC staff to join me here up at the stage. I got them, y'all come on up. While they're coming up, I want to take a moment and ask all of our board members, both past and present, that have served on any of the MEC boards, if y'all could please stand and let us recognize you. Lex, give them a hand. Gene, come on. Kathy, will you do the honors, please? Guys, this is your award. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. Right, if y'all. No, we'll do that later.
Like Heisman Trophy?
All right, we're good.
Don't cover my face. This is like it is.
These photographers, I swear.